Hi guys, in this episode of Radio K, I am excited to be reacting to Jimin from BTS's first solo song, which I think is like a pre-release track and not the official title track for the album, that being Set Me Free Part 2. What is Part 1? I have no idea. BTS and its members have before done this kind of thing where they would release like part 1 of a song as either a solo track or something, and then part 2 as part of the group's songs. Like I think it was with Airplane they did something like that. So I guess I assume that this is the same kind of situation. But some of you may know, I usually don't really react to BTS and Blackpink songs in any way, shape or form, because I have some really strong opinions and thoughts about what happened with BTS and Blackpink musically in the last couple of years. And while I'm not gonna get into that in this video much, I do want to say that the reason why I haven't reacted to other solo songs by those two groups' members, that is the reason, because I have some really strong opinions about how far down the quality of their music went in the last couple of years. There still has been some good stuff in there, but for the most part, they really fell off for me. The funny thing is though, when it comes to their solo stuff, they are so much better. They're just incredibly better. Especially when it comes to the BTS solo stuff, because even as far as with Suga's solo D2 album, which I've reacted to actually on the channel, I've reacted to the title track, so go and check out that reaction. Even as far as back then, I was surprised at how like inspired and interesting his solo songs were, you know? And I didn't expect anything less. But at the time, BTS was very much in the drain for me with the quality of their music. For me, the last good song that BTS has released was On, and even that one has a lot of criticisms that I have towards it, so yeah. And then, most recently, I guess with J-Hope's solo stuff, while they are not really my thing, his style of music is just not really my thing, I still feel the inspiration and like the inspiredness and the interestingness of those songs. They feel so much more memorable and interesting than anything that BTS as a group has released in the last couple of years. Potentially, depending on how well this video does, I could go and check out those songs by him, but like I said, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of his style, so I don't want to spread unnecessary negativity, you know? And now, with this release by Jimin, once again, we have a situation where the song is just so much more interesting and inspired than anything BTS has released. That just makes me question, what happened? Where did all this inspiration go? And yeah, I've heard a little bit of this song because I kind of had to be able to decide whether I was wanted to react to it on the channel or not, because like I said, I haven't reacted to BTS stuff in a while because I just don't want to like hate on them for no reason and spread negativity. That's not the kind of channel that I am, so yeah. But this sounds really good and I can't wait to get into it and hear the whole song. And obviously, depending on how much I actually end up enjoying this, potentially once the actual title track is released, I'll also check that out. But yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into Jimin's Set Me Free Part 2 in 3, 2, 1. I still miss the old intro, man. Like right off the bat, this feels so inspired and I love it. And it feels so epic. This is the kind of feel that I've been missing from BTS tracks. Man, I really like this. What the hell? He sounds amazing. I haven't enjoyed listening to him like this in a long time. I've been missing his voice, man. Man, this slaps. A little repetitive, but I like it. I don't think it's gonna get old anytime soon anyway. You know, for once, this is actually a stylistic choice when it comes to the autotune. Man, if this pre-release track is this good, I'm really excited about the actual title track. God, I missed feeling like this listening to BTS stuff. Okay, you cannot tell me that this is not 10 times better than anything that BTS has released in the previous like 4 or 5 years. Like, I'm not talking about like the solo stuff. I think this is par for the course for their solo stuff. It's amazing. But when it comes to like group stuff, from Map of the Soul Persona to now, this is like so much better. It's just so much better. This is what On should have been, because like I said, as much as I love that song, I have some really heavy criticisms towards it. And one of the criticisms that I had is obviously the unnecessary autotune. And everybody used to say, well, it's just a stylistic choice. No. No, it's not. Once, it's a stylistic choice. Twice, it's a pattern. 3 times, it's a fucking disaster, okay? Not every song in BTS's albums needs to have as much autotune as it used to have. And in this case, I will give you that it is actually a stylistic choice, because it's not as overt or as in your face throughout the whole song. There's particular parts of the song where you can very much hear how processed his vocals are, but it is intended and works for the song, for the kind of song that it is. And they still have parts in the song where they let him like sing with his beautiful, unique voice, and I love that about it. Because again, going back to the autotune stuff, that has been one of my criticisms with BTS's music in the last couple of years. Because especially in the case of their English songs of Dynamite, Butter, and Permission to Dance, they were so overprocessed and their vocals were so overdone and overproduced that they basically were intelligible. How could you do that? It's like BTS, for me, is so good because of how unique all of their voices are. I think that's the most interesting and recognizable trait about BTS's skills as artists, in my opinion at least. They're wildly different and unique and interesting voices. So how could you do that to them by basically making their voices sound exactly the same, on top of not even having the rap members rap, instead having them sing? And obviously, the one song out of the English ones which had the least of this problem, that being Butter, is also, not coincidentally, the best one, because it doesn't, the members' voices actually sound different. The members actually rap a little bit. Like, that was good. But like, this is the kind of BTS that I've been missing. I don't understand really uh, why this kind of inspired, creative, and epic music was missing for the last couple of years. Like, yeah, I get the argument for like the COVID times that they didn't want to necessarily put too much of like a effort on a giant comeback and not necessarily like get as much returns on it. But I feel like that's kind of like a dumb argument as well, because smaller groups managed just fine. So that's not really an argument for them. And I've heard the argument that, oh, it was just about making people happy. But for me personally, when I'm feeling down, the kind of song that I want to listen to is not a happy-go-lucky one. It's either one that is cathartic, with like a lot of anger and in-your-face, hard-hitting energy, or one that is very emotional and very sad, I guess. The happy-go-lucky stuff don't make me feel happier, you know? It just kind of pisses me off more, if I gotta be honest. But it's like, again, for me, it hasn't been the issue that I've had with BTS's music, hasn't been the specific direction into like a more like a cutesy bubblegum pop kind of thing. Although that is kind of an issue on its own, that I feel like it's really stupid for them to do that kind of style right when they blew up in the West, because it kind of misrepresents the whole of K-pop as this cookie cutter bubblegum pop crap, which I feel like we fought hard with tooth and nail to make sure that people don't think of K-pop like that. But like I said, for me, it's just this epicness that was missing from BTS's music. And the last time they had it was with Idol, and I guess a little bit with On, but that one still was weaker than what it should have been, you know? And yeah, this song actually wouldn't feel out of place in that album now that I think about it. Like, the style is very much like that. But yeah, I just don't understand why this kind of inspired music wasn't a thing anymore in BTS stuff, because they used to be very much like this, like very inspired, very creative, very interesting. And then since like 2017, that just slowly disappeared for some reason, and I don't get why. I don't know. And it's heartbreaking for me because I used to love BTS. They used to be like my favorite group. And then they just stopped being my favorite group because of this kind of stuff. And it's like, at this point, it's a pattern. Like, Suga's solo stuff sounded amazing in a period where their group stuff was garbage. There's also been some solo songs by RM and Jin, but I haven't really listened to them, so I cannot say anything about them. But there has been J-Hope stuff, which is pretty good, even if it's not my thing. I still feel the inspiredness of it. And then there's Jimin with this. It's like, I hope whenever BTS gets back together, whenever potentially, like, once they've gotten old through, like, military service and they come back with some epic inspired stuff like this, because this is the kind of BTS that I've been missing, and I want more of that. It's just like, as much as I've kind of tried to replace BTS in my heart with other groups like 80s and Stray Kids, BTS is just still BTS. And when they hit hard, you know? But yeah, obviously I still want to listen to this song a second time before I say my final thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. And like, I love how much you can actually hear of his unique voice. Because like I said, in BTS tracks in recent years, his voice was destroyed to the point where you couldn't like even hear and recognize that it's Jimin, you know? But here you can very clearly hear how unique his voice is. I'm so gonna be listening to this song so many times, man. I've been missing this kind of BTS so damn much. Man, there's just something about BTS's music that really feels like a fucking event experience when they release new stuff. And it's good, you know? Because this, like, makes me feel like how I felt when they released Fake Love. Like, that was a fucking event. I literally remember the whole day when they released that. Or when they released Not Today. Yeah, I would really like it if Hype Corporation would let this kind of epic and interesting BTS music free, for sure. But yeah, to not get tied up in ranting about BTS's music again, I'm just gonna focus on this song alone. I love it. That's honestly the most I can say about it at this point. I love it. It's epic, it's interesting, it's good, it's catchy, it feels like an event, like it feels like what BTS songs should feel like, but haven't felt like in years. And I just don't know why at this point. I don't know why. But it is something that I really want to have like a big discussion with people. So if you guys want to talk about that, comment down below. I would really love to have a discussion with you about it, because it's something that has been on my mind for years at this point. And clearly I still haven't gotten over it, but like, I want to love BTS, and I love their solo stuff. I don't understand why their group stuff have sounded so corporate and stuff. And this is amazing. In terms of rating for me, honestly, I am straight up gonna give it a 10 out of 10, because it blows me away how good it is. But to be honest, like I said, I kind of expected it was going to be, because it's a solo song and not a BTS song. So solo songs have been just like 10 times better. But it's just so epic and so good. The only criticism that I have towards it is that it's a little bit repetitive, and I would have liked more verses and like actual lyrics rather than just repeating "Set Me Free" like 50 times. But it still sounds good, you know? I can't really fucking fault it too much for that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And now I'm really excited for the actual title track and the album as a whole. I'm probably going to be reacting to it. Unless Hybe decides to be assholes about the copyright again, in which case I might not end up reacting to it. Or I would react to it, but you guys are not gonna see a video whatsoever. So, yeah, I don't know. Point is, this is pretty good. And I am curious, what do you guys think about it? So comment thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 5 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corvi Dead, Drew, and Rin. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, have continued to support me in such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you end up enjoying my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!